Hey guys, welcome to episode 133 of OG Toys. I'm OG. Today, Masters of the Universe is back. This was a pickup from the Winnipeg Comic Con last weekend, and what an awesome figure. This is a figure that has been sought after by a lot of collectors of the He-Man line. One of the more expensive figures to get to. He has been extremely tough to find. I've been tracking him on eBay. I freaking hate eBay, but I was going to use it to buy him. I've seen him go from like $80 all the way up to $120 and nowhere in between. So, I did manage to pick this guy up from an amazing dealer who specializes in DC Universe, Masters of the Universe, amazing Transformers stuff as well, as the Japanese ones especially. But the guy's an amazing vendor, and I'm going to be picking up a lot of He-Man guys off him, so stay tuned. If you're into He-Man, you're going to get a lot of cool He-Man stuff, mixed in with all the other cool different stuff I review as well. But for my own personal collection, I'm starting to rebuild a He-Man collection, because of course I had the 2000X stuff, lost pretty much every single piece I had, unfortunately. But that's a time for another, that's a tale for another time. We're not going to get into that. But I'm so glad to finally have this guy, Fisto, one of the coolest figures produced so far, I think. Next to He-Man, this is probably my favorite figure so far, the entire lineup, and he's spectacular. Let's take a look in detail. So, first thing you notice, he does have an extra head sculpt. And that's amazing that these guys do include different versions of the characters. Of course, this one is more in line with the 2000X series. But this one here is definitely a vintage Fisto. If you're a child like the 80s like I am, I'm sure you had him. Big, massive fist, spring action arm. You can chop and destroy and smash stuff up. In fact, I have fond memories of this guy fighting Donatello. Because, of course, guys in purple fight. And he actually, with that spring-loaded fist, smashed Donatello's bow staff in two. It broke it right in two. That's how strong this thing was. There's a crazy recoil on it, and he broke it in two. Had to get some crazy glue it back together, but yeah, Fisto won that fight. Anyways, check it. Mother. Here we go. Okay, check out this head sculpt. Very detailed, very iconic of the 80s traditional Fisto. Even got a little bend in the nose there, too. Really amazing looking figure. Wow. Amazing head sculpt. And the figure itself, first thing you're going to notice is this massive sword. And this is from a 2000X for sure. You can tell the detail on it. And one thing I thought was really cool, he's got a fist on the end of the hilt of the sword. Very cool. Purple gems highlighted throughout. And it has that 2000X stylized look, with all the detail, almost like circuitry or something like that running through the sword as well. Massive freaking sword. Now, he does have his traditional sword. Pop that right out of his hand, if I can get this sword out. Okay. There you go. So, let me take a look at the traditional sword. Of course, the purple one was a very polar opposite of Triclops's sword, which is green. This one, two shades of purple, darker shade, with a matte finish for the hilt, and he's got a shiny, glossy, metallic version of purple for the actual blade. Nicely done, Mattel. And the figure itself. The belt here. Check this out. This belt was an extra accessory to make him more of the 2000X style. I'm going to pop this right off to show you how easy it is. That's it. You can pop that right off, and you got your Fisto in his loincloth. Yeah. Here we go. Very nicely done. He even has a book, maybe a journal, ledger, whatever. That's cool to have that actually on there. Then he's got some pouches, a drinking flask, and again, this thing just easily attaches together. And there you go. You got that extra piece. The skull, horns, really nice gold accents as well. And of course, this head sculpt. Look at the beadwork around the headband. Really nice job. Rivets all the way across on the back here. Now these things are removable. This chest piece is just a piece that's attached together right at this seam here. You can pull it apart. I just don't want to, because getting it back on and as seamlessly perfect as it is here is kind of a pain in the butt, and I'm not going to bother doing that, guys. But you will notice that he does have silver there on his belly. So most of the time, you're going to see that exposed area, and you can see it on the back here. He has the silver part painted for his ab, so his ab crunch. because this thing does come a little short, and you can see the human flesh color underneath as well. The holster, of course, for that massive sword. And of course, check the fist, the Fisto fist. I love the way they did this fist, and the shiny metallic silver. He's got little jewels right there, and he's got all the massive rivets all the way around the entire fist. It's not posable, it doesn't open up or anything like that. Not a big deal, but man, it just looks awesome. Okay, so we're going to do a head swap. We're going to do a transplant. We're going to pop this head right off. See how easy that was? No problem. Got the ball joint. Let's put the original classic head onto Fisto. There you go. Piece of cake. Hear that nice little pop. You know it's on securely. And you got your classic looking Fisto. And man, this guy is awesome. Did pay a pretty good penny for it. And, you know, I'm totally happy to have this guy in my collection. It would totally suck that I passed up on this figure if I didn't have someone pushing me, telling me to get it. I love you, honey. Anyways, this sword, of course, does not fit into this massive opening in the back. That sword, only sword is going to fit, of course, is this massive 2000X one, which slides in perfectly. He does hold the sword, of course, too. It is a massive sword. I can get this thing in. His fist is extremely tight. Let's just open it up just a little bit. And we'll snake that in. Alright, there you go. So, he can hold the sword, of course. It is a monster of a sword. Huge mother. And we'll just take it back out. That's actually the first time I've had it in his hand. I've only had the other sword. I don't know. This sword just didn't seem like I'd have him hold it. It just looks cooler in the back there. Anyways, so you can give him that. Either sword will fit him perfectly. Now, articulation-wise, this guy is loaded, of course. He's a Masters of the Universe Classics. These guys are loaded with articulation. You got the ball joint at the head, ball joint at the shoulders, cut at the bicep. Now, very cool. Look at this. Check out the bicep. He's ripped, ripped, ripped. This side, he's even more ripped. Check it out. Because of this massive weight on his hand, his one arm is even bigger than the other. That is awesome. What detail. Articulation, a pin at the elbow. He has 360 at the wrist. He has an ab crunch. Unfortunately, a little bit hindered by this this chest armor, but you know what? There you go. Not a huge deal, but yeah, it's a little bit impeded by that. He has 360 at the waist as well. Ball joints at the leg with a swivel, so you can move it all the way around. Pin at the knee, and he has 360 on the shin there, ankle there, and of course ankle articulation, ball joint. And he got all the way around. Pins at the bottom too. As I was saying, this guy definitely is my favorite Master of the Universe Classics that I have. And my collection is slowly growing. I got about 12 guys so far. And I got a lot more coming. Like I said, made an awesome deal with the collector at the convention. The dealer. And we're going to be scoping out a lot more He-Man guys from him. So there you go, guys. Now, good luck trying to find this guy. I think he wasn't a regular, you know, figure that came out throughout the year, but unfortunately, just I guess the popularity and the overall amazing quality of this figure has made it extremely hard to find. So if you can't find it, pick it up. If you can find it under $100, fantastic. Over $100, oh yeah, you got to really question: do I really want this figure that bad? Yeah, you probably do, because it is that awesome. Without any hesitation, I would pick this guy up. Get it. You will not be disappointed. And just to show you a quick comparison with He-Man here, I thought this was kind of cool. Let's get some of your stuff out of the way here, He-Man. So, size comparison. So you got the feet lined up, okay. Fisto is just a little bit taller too. I thought that was cool. He's a bit taller than He-Man. This guy just... he has a look about him that's impressive. He's got an impressive stature. I love the extra kind of wash on the body, because it gives that little definition of highlights on the muscles. But there you go. He-Man, of course, this is probably my second favorite figure out of all the ones I've got so far, just because it's He-Man, and he looks spectacular. But, without a doubt, Fisto is the man to have. You want to have this figure, you need him in your collection, and he's well worth the price. There you go, guys. Thanks so much for watching. We've got a lot more cool reviews coming soon. As always, rate, comment, and subscribe for more great videos. Take care, guys. We'll see you soon.